everybody. So it is 5 weeks today in my hypothalamic amenorrhea journey. I am still really struggling, I'm not going to lie. I put some jeans on earlier that I haven't worn for a little while, but they've always been a pair. You've got your favourite pair that you know are your go-to jeans that always kind of make you feel good because they're a little bit looser around the tummy and you know, you just feel a little bit more skinny in them. Well, they're not so loose around my tummy anymore, and in fact my bum has filled out so much. I tell you what, all of these ones that want to build a booty just need to give up exercise. My bum's bigger than ever. Really interesting podcast that I found out that I listened to this morning, again, Walking Marley. This one was much to do with birth control. So the video today is going to be talking a lot about birth control because I don't know about you guys, but I was put on birth control by my mum when I was aged 15. And there was a couple that I tried. I think microgynum 30 was one. I think Yasmin ended up being the one that settled the best with me. So that was the one that I, sort of stuck to. I'm just going to move this back a minute. That's better. So yeah, Yasmin was my birth control that I sort of stuck to. So I started my periods when I was 14, yet at the age 15, I was put on the pill. And I was on the pill until I fell pregnant with my daughter Layla, who, as you know, if you'd watched my previous videos, she was stillborn at full term. I had a couple of periods after we'd lost Layla, and then I conceived my son. And then I had a couple of periods after I'd, given birth to JJ, my son, and then I was put on the mirena coil, or I had the mirena coil fitted. I think I was on, actually I lie, I was on Yasmin for a little bit in between that, and then I decided to get the mirena coil fitted. And it was when I had that out 3.5 years later that I realised that nothing was happening. So it was masking the issue of my underfueling and chronic stress by over-exercising on the body. Now, my point for this is the birth control, you suppress all your natural hormones so that they don't work. It officially tells your ovaries to stop working. So it doesn't work. You don't have a period, you have a withdrawal bleed in the 7-day break. You don't even need to have that withdrawal bleed if you don't want to. You can continue the pack. It's no odds. It's still going to do the same thing. But they've done that so that it could fool you into thinking that you're having a period. But anyway, that's another subject. So it suppresses all of your natural hormones. Now, when this was invented 60 years ago, most of the women that took birth control back then were in their late 20s. So they'd had from age 13, 14, starting their periods to potentially 29, 30 before they'd even started birth control. They've had, almost 15 years of good hormones. They say that you need in a lifetime between 35 and 40 years of good estrogen and progesterone, natural good estrogen and progesterone, I might add, not synthetic, which is what's in birth control pills, for your heart health, for your brain health, for your bone health. And yet I'd never heard of any of this until something as dangerous as hypothalamic amenorrhea has struck me. And now I'm like, shit, most of my life I've been on a synthetic hormone telling my ovaries to shut the F up. Don't even wake up. Why even acknowledge you? Go away. To the point now where I am 31 years old and I have spent from age 15 to 31, I've likely only had a maximum of 2.5 years in that entire time frame where I've had a good amount or the right amount annually of estrogen and progesterone, or monthly, whatever. your monthly dose, every monthly dose of estrogen and progesterone is another tick on your health checklist. If you don't have it, then it's not healthy. It's not good. Even being on birth control, there is no way on earth that I would ever touch birth control ever again if it suppressed your ovaries or it put them to sleep and it, sort of fooled your body into thinking something else. You're best to have your natural hormones and to get those, monthly dosages right into your body for your heart, your brain, everything for later on in life, because studies have not shown at the moment those women that took it late 20s, there's not been any major health risks or anything, but no one knows what it could do to the people that started it at 13 years old on their bone health. Your prime time for building bone health is really sort of age 15, 16 up to 30, and then it starts to decline. So if you've got hypothalamic amenorrhea and you're listening to this and you're 21 years old, 22, 23, you're in that prime time for building your bone density. Do not do what I did. Do not leave it. You're doing the right thing because you're reaching out and you're researching people like myself that have not only been there, but I regret so much not knowing or not maybe researching like I have done now to get myself recovered. And I wish I could turn the clocks back and change that, because I'm never going to be able to change my bone density now. I could potentially improve it by getting my periods back, because I do still want to carry on with my weight training and that will slightly increase it. But overall, the damage has been done. For heart and for brain health, I think, them things can be recovered. But again, I've still missed a good 12, 13 years of hormones where I've suppressed them. Either suppressing them through birth control or suppressing them through over-exercising, under-eating, and giving myself hypothalamic amenorrhea. And I will say this now, there is not enough awareness out there. There isn't a lot of consultants, doctors. You walk into a doctor's surgery and you say, oh, I'm really hormonal, I'm getting moody, this hurts, that hurts, my back, this, that, and the other. They'll just put you on birth control. Or if your periods are irregular or you have heavy bleeding or etc., their answer to everything is putting you on these synthetic hormones that suppress your natural body's response to being alive. And that is the issue with our society nowadays. Oh, I'm getting right on my high horse. But it's true, because they did it to me. The first answer for any of them, even through hypothalamic amenorrhea, is not, do you know how damaging this is for you? It's, take this estrogen. Well, that's fine. Give me estrogen. That will, prolong my bone health. And they were right in doing that. But really what they should have done is explained how bad hypothalamic amenorrhea actually is, what I can do to reverse it, rather than telling me that, well, we effectively, you're in the menopause because you've got no estrogen. Not, you can reverse this. You could actually do something about this and change the outcome of this, potentially get your periods back. All you've got to do is stop excessively exercising. Go for a walk instead of a run. Go for some yoga instead of doing HIIT. Just for a little while. Just until your hypothalamus wakes up and says, hey, I'm here. I'm going to tell these ovaries to start working now because I am long overdue a period. Oh, I hope it's going to come. I really do. And do you know what? Putting those jeans on and getting disheartened by my fat ass going into them is so going to be worth it. If at the end of this I get the period back. Because the thing is, once your period's back, estrogen, progesterone, they're so good for your health. You can burn extra calories just having your progesterone in your body, 200-300 a day on your second phase of your period. An extra 300 calories a day your body needs just to get you through that phase because of the progesterone. And with estrogen, well, it helps with fat, it helps with exercise, it helps with weight training. You're strongest in the follicular phase, which is the first stage of your period. Excuse me. And that is because of estrogen levels being at their all-time high. And I've learned a lot throughout this process. Again, if any of you want to, message me or email me, please feel free to do so. I'm quite happy to, sort of privately talk to somebody if they're struggling with anything. I'm struggling with it too, and I think it will be good for everybody going forward to actually speak about their situation, speak about their issues. You might not have the same issues as me. You might just be still in sort of trying to figure out what you've got, but whatever it may be, I'm here if you do want to. So give me a big thumbs up if you like the video and subscribe. Thanks.
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that